Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 24th, 2020, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Most of us don't understand or realize the power within. And when you look at the population, and you look at, quite frankly, you look at many civilizations, and very few know the power within. There are powers inside of us which, if we could discover how to use them, everything we ever have dreamed or imagined, we could become. That's from Orson Swett Marden. A lot of people wonder what their main intention of their life is. Now, how many of you, or how many of us, and how many other people in conversation have said, why am I here? And what is it that I wish to see created into reality or manifested for myself, others, and this entire world? And when you ask yourself those questions, you don't do it immediately. You take some time to think about it. And is there anything more important for all of us to think about? Is there really anything more important? We ask ourselves, what is the main intention of my life? Why am I here? What do I wish to see manifest for myself and others? And this entire world. Roughly 3 questions that we ask ourselves. And our minds become snagged by the thoughts that our minds had yesterday and the day before. So let's think about each of us planting and watering some new seeds here. What does the greatest garden that any of us wish to grow look like? Now, if we don't have a clue, we will still remain very curious about it, and we don't give up on our curiosity. We keep dwelling on this question of what experience do I most want to manifest for myself and others in the entire world? What experience? We now have the opportunity to choose which seeds we want to sow and what fruits we'll reap in the near future. But creating into reality and manifesting our life mission can be as simple as daydreaming about what you want and letting it go. Daydream about what you want and letting it go. Then simply sitting back and allowing it to show up for you to enjoy. Now, we don't carry any expectations with us. We just don't. And we have no attachments to it. The key, though, is about visualizing what we want. Feeling that this is something that actually could happen, and truly having a positive emotion with it. Visualizing with a super strong, positive emotion is like asking the universe with great assertiveness for what you want to occur. Now remember, whatever you want wants you. And each of our desires are energetically magnetized, so that we're based on how we feel about them. And when we approach them with excitement, joy, and deep, trusting, peaceful feeling inside, they will be created into reality, manifested into our lives at the speed of light. Now, it's very important. You're not going to create into reality or manifest anything when you're in anger, when you're in stress, when you're in fear, when you're in worry. You will end up manifesting more of the same into your life over and over and over again. And those times will become more frequent. And they will become more expensive. And before you know it, you will be immersed in anger, frustration, irritation, poor attitude about things, poor viewing of things. It deteriorates you. So it goes both ways. So understand that. Is that, when you don't realize it, but you visualize things when you get off kilter, and those things become a reality, and they begin to manifest, and they begin to expand and intensify. See, when we get angry, we push it from the heart mind, and the ego feeds it, and it becomes more and more. And so everything we look at, everything we do, becomes disjointed. Every individual we interact with becomes a challenge. We project our own anger on others, when the true root of the causality of it is you. Now remember, whatever each of us want, whatever you want, wants you. So be careful, because you will attract, if you're wanting anger. Now you may not understand that, but when you're professing it and your negativity comes out, the universe will send more of it. Now, our desires are energetically magnetized for us to be based on how we feel about them. And when we approach them with excitement, joy, and a deep, trusting, peaceful feeling inside, they will literally be created in reality, manifest into our lives at the speed of light. So when we are clear about what we are and what our life's intention is, and are living the total clarity about why we want what we want, then the universe goes into hyperdrive, and miraculously, magically, things can manifest right before our eyes. Now, obviously, very few people can go to that level because they haven't completely understood who and what they are. The highest reward for a person's toil is not what they get for it, but what they become by it. John Ruskin. Now, here's a fact for everyone. The amount of time it takes for each of us to physically manifest a desire is directly proportional to the length of time you can hold your attention on your intention. Okay? The amount of time it takes any of us for you to physically manifest a desire is directly proportional to the length of time you can hold your attention on your intention. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you can hold your attention on seeing and feeling yourself to be successful, happy, loving, and abundant for 30 seconds, you'll manifest it twice as fast and easy as if you held that feeling for 15 seconds. It's also good to know that the manifesting comes even more easily to those who are patient, persistent, and who are not afraid of letting in the most exquisite levels of pleasure into their bodies. Now, if you can bring your body past its peak state of pleasure, joy, and bliss that it's accustomed to, you will dramatically increase your ability to attract whatever it is you desire. Okay? You understand? If you can bring your body past its peak state of pleasure, joy, and bliss that it is accustomed to, you will dramatically increase your ability to attract whatever it is you desire. Time yourself how long you can joyfully maintain your attention upon your desired intention, and see how long you can hold it for. If we did all the things that we were capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. And that's Thomas Edison. Imagination and reality are respectfully the same to the universe. Imagination, understand how important and powerful this is. Imagination and reality are respectfully the same to the universe. They're the same. There's no difference. We've been taught, though, imagination is just a bunch of tomfoolery. And the reality is the only thing, quote unquote, that's real. So understand something. Your imagination, there are some pieces that many miss. If you maintain yourself in a frustrated, angry, irritated way, where you just aren't balanced, you have issues with yourself, you have issues with everything that you've done, and you cannot bring yourself to grips to release it, surrender with love and peace and tranquility once and for all, guess what's going to happen? Your imagination kicks in high gear no matter what end you're in. If you're in the doldrums of woe is me, and not feeling well, and not feeling good, and irritable, and cantankerous, and combative, and constrictive with yourself, then guess what? You're going to create it. You're going to keep creating more and more of it, and it's going to become everyday occurrence. At first, you don't realize it, but then it keeps slipping in and slipping in and slipping in and slipping in. And then eventually, your attitude and direction of yourself is in that frequency. So anything that you can imagine is not some kind of a joke. Anything you can imagine, and you can sustain that imagining for 30 seconds, and your attention is on it, the universe will automatically bring it in and manifest it quickly. Each time we imagine something is happening to us, the universe immediately feels it and responds accordingly. Understand, we're all connected, the universe, everything. We're all one. So why wouldn't you feel it? So Each time we imagine something is happening to us, the universe immediately feels it and responds accordingly. If your mind is focused on your worries, concerns, and fears of the world, or with yourself, then guess what? You'll manifest. You'll create into reality. More of the same stuff. So be very aware these days what you are focusing on. So when your vibration is peaking, your thoughts can manifest into the physical world instantaneously. So it is good to know your mind and how it works intimately. So when you can train it to remain focused on the life that makes your heart sing, your entire life will be bellowing out with pure joy. Now, obviously, if you are continually in the imagining of what's happening with you, how things are going on with you, how you can perceive and how you create into reality, the worry, the stress, the fear, the irritation, the anxiety, the withdrawal, the universe is just going to come back and say, here's more, and here's more. We emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Bob Marley. That's very true. Emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. No one else can. Now, you can do this for yourselves. To start boosting your creating in reality, your manifesting engines. Here's a little exercise. Sit in a chair, take 3 long deep breaths, and relax. Don't take the deep breaths and be all tense and stressed. You're just going to negate it. So you take 3 long deep breaths, easy in, easy out, and you relax. Imagine a golden light energy entering from the base of your spine and following up out the top of your head, and with each breath you take. Do not try to control it. We have a tendency to do that. Do not try to control this experience. Just relax into it and flow with it. Go with the flow. Have no expectations or attachments. And after your 3 breaths, watch your body breathe for you for 5 minutes. You understand what that means? You're focused on your 3 breaths. You take your 3 breaths. You imagine the golden light energy entering from the base of your spine and flowing up out the top of your head with each deep breath you take. Don't control it. Don't try to master it. Don't try to manage it. Just relax into it and flow with it. Now, after your 3 breaths, watch your body breathe for you for 5 minutes. Let your breath guide you deeper inside until you find a calm, peaceful feeling in your body. When you're feeling some form of peace, start imagining whatever it is you want to manifest. Now focus mainly on the end result you wish to occur. And practice feeling as if it already is accomplished. And let yourself feel good about this. Notice who it makes you become in your life. And let go of any attachment or expectation as to how your desired end result will manifest in the physical world. And just breath, trust, patience, and peace into the idea that it is already done. When any of us have a perpetual single-focused stream of feelings and thoughts flowing into a positively imagined experience, when any of us have a perpetual single-focused stream of feelings and thoughts flowing into a positively imagined experience, it channels a powerful river of energy into the physical end result. And the understanding, the science of manifesting, creating into reality is super powerful, easy to learn, and very real. It occurs naturally for every one of us. And when we are consciously aligned with the technology behind it, then it becomes even more effective for each and every one of us. We already have the natural gift inside of us. It may be sleeping, yet we can awaken it. And each of us will manifest whatever it is we want in our lives. Instantly download all of our manifesting meditations, inspirational techniques, and enlightenment. This is very crucial to realize that it goes both ways. The pendulum swings both ways. So when you're in fear and frustration and anxiety and stress and emotional irritability and anger, and you become combative not only with yourself but with those around you, you're gonna get more of it. You're gonna literally get more of it. And the more you stay in it, the more you manifest of it. And it's the same on the other end, where the pendulum swings the other way. You stay in bliss, in joy, in peace. And how do you do that? You start to practice deep, eternal gratitude. You practice it all the time. At first, it may seem a little discomforting because you aren't used to it, but you keep practicing deep, eternal gratitude on everything. This swings you, and see, I'll tell you something. Even if it is coming from your ego mind and you're practicing deep, eternal gratitude, eventually it will slip into the heart mind, and then it will be super powerful. It isn't too powerful at all when it's projected through the ego mind. And some of us think that it's being projected through our heart mind, but in reality, in actuality, it's being projected from our ego mind. Then we wonder why it doesn't sustain. It doesn't stay. You can stub your toe and catapult yourself into lower doldrums and energies as your imagination starts to swing the other way into the negative direction. And we all know this, so you know it, but can you fix it? Can you actually move it in the other direction? Yes, you can. And we have the power and the natural state of being within us to engage this. And our imaginations are real. Everything you imagine is real. It is real. And you want to know how powerful it is? When you run it through your heart mind, and it's in genuineness, you don't have expectations or attachments, you focus on it briefly, and it moves energy into form. And it will take place. I understand. We walk down that corridor, and that pendulum swings both ways. And understand that you're in the driver's seat. So if you are not cognizant that your anger, your frustration, your fear, your worry, all of that first is always directed at yourself. Then it bubbles over onto others. Okay? And what happens with that is that you begin to literally imagine more and more and more and more and more and more and more, and the universe keeps giving you more and more and more and more and more and more and more. I've seen it happen, witnessed it with many different people. And because they're locked up with themselves and they do not release, it's really an unpleasant thing to be around. So in this meditation, the pendulum swings both ways. So So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is to relax our bodies. Now relax our bodies. However you desire, however you visualize for yourselves on how that can be. How can you relax your body? Well, we always we use the hammock because all of us in one way, shape, or form have been in that relaxed state at least once in our lifetimes. And when you are lying in that hammock and you don't move, you have no interest in moving, you're really not thinking about anything, you just hear some noises, they don't affect you, and you're just in the now, you're just literally being, and you're breathing easily, and you feel absolutely released, totally free. And the body responds and relaxes. And we move it. And we just stay. You let everything go. In fact, you don't have anything to hang on to because you're not thinking about anything. Now, as we relax the body, we want to move into the now. And the now is everything. It's what we have. It's the only thing we have. We don't have the past. We've already lived it. It isn't in the present. It's gone. It's dead. We move forward. Always move forward. Always moving forward. Now, some of us will go into the past because we're not exempt from it. We can go into the past and reminisce and hug things and reminisce and how wonderful this was or that was, whether it was yesterday or 50 years ago. We still do it, and then we come back into the reality of things of the present, the now, the moment. Some of us will take the past, drag it into the future, which doesn't exist, and then make the future out of our past and relive the past in our future. That's why so many people say, like I just keep going in circles. And the future hasn't been created yet. But in the now, in the moment that we stay in, we choose to stay in, we're creating our future. Just like I just got through sharing. The pendulum swings both ways. Which way are you going to have your pendulum swing? Which way? And is it going to be into the positive, and the good, and the deep gratitude, and the love, and the bliss, and the joy, where you begin to literally manifest, create into reality anything you choose? Or is it going to be in the opposite direction? Is it going to swing and stay in the lowness, the negativity, the forlornment, the fear, the worry, the stress, the anxiety, the anger, the frustration? Is that, the pendulum swings both ways. It is up to you to choose which way you are going to move into. So as we relax the body and we move into the now, and understand the now stills the mind. It stills the subconscious and ego mind. That chatter that we have, that noise, is gone. And when we truly realize that they're just thoughts, they're just thoughts until we create them into reality. So we still the mind, we relax the body, and we breathe. We breath in. We breath in through the nose and out. This is very powerful. Very powerful. And as we breath in, picture this. Visualize it. Visualize that you're bringing in the breath. You're you're in a very relaxed position, and you're bringing in the breath. And the breath is powerful, and you are in control of the breath. And we start, as we go with the breath, you're going to move it as you easily breath in through the 7 chakras to the center, the 7 main chakras in the center of our bodies. We're going to pull that breath out through the root chakra. It's the energy, stability, comfort, and safety. I am is the root chakra. It is like a cherry red color. And as we pull the breath, we feel it coming up. We bring it through the sacral chakra. This is our sensuality, our sexuality, our pleasure, our sociability. It's I feel. And it's a beautiful orange color. Feel the breath. Visualize the chakras as the breath passes through them. And then we go to the solar plexus chakra. Strength, personality, power, determination. I do. This is a yellow color. Then we keep moving that breath up through the heart chakra. The acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity. I love. It's an emerald, beautiful green. Then we continue to move the breath through the throat chakra. Communication, expression, creativity, inspiration. I talk. This is a beautiful blue, kind of a sky blue color. And then we move to the third eye chakra. Intuition, lucidity, meditation, trust. I see. This is a violet color, like a violet-blue mixture. And then we move it to the crown chakra. This is the knowledge, the consciousness, the fulfillment, the spirituality. I understand. And as we move this breath, we've moved it all the way up through the chakras, the energy points of the body, and into the crown chakra, and then to the back of the head. And as we do this, we hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And during that brief moment of holding, we condense it and compress it into pure liquid energy. And we release it over the pineal gland. The picture of the pineal gland is a prune or a rosebud. Either are very attractive. And they're not their real size. So as we release this pure liquid energy onto the pineal gland, it begins to expand, just like a rose begins to open and bloom. And we do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. Very powerful. If you're focused on the breath, you're also focused on your chakras. You're focused on the energy points that connect the physical with the etherical, and vice versa. It's just a gateway. The pineal gland is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway of pure consciousness and beyond. It is very important for us to have it fully functioning while we're in these bodies. Now, we do know that we have our constant companion, the ego mind, that's constantly trying to subvert us or redirect us to the direction of, you're fine with the way things are and with me, and just continue to follow me, and you'll be fine. Don't do this stuff here. This is not, and the ego mind does not care to have you become aware of who and what you are. It wants you to be reckless and flying around and everything, because that's the way it is. And it's never satisfied. So you become in a loop where you're never satisfied, where you're never fulfilled. And this is not what we choose to do. So we also remember, we are all one. We have the archangels with us. Cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. Their civilization have vibrated at a different frequency than we do. As many as 60, 70,000 can surround themselves around one of us at any one time. They maintain a small, much more smaller space in great number because of their frequencies. We have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. These are those who have ascended out of physical form and hold God form, pure consciousness. That's what they hold, the pure consciousness. We ascend into body to experience physical form, so our pure consciousness is housed in physical form. This is why when we discover how powerful we truly are, that we will be able to create anything into reality by using our imagination and literally inviting the universe to deliver to us that which we desire without interference. Now understand that we are all consciously aware that we are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. We also call on many others to assist us, to be with us, since they're all part of us and we are part of them. We call on all of the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, many, many, many civilizations. They are consciously aware that they're the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest, deepest, eternal gratitude. We call out to all the light energy beings, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. They are in the googleplexes. One googleplex fills this universe. They come into trillions of googleplexes from every direction. We call upon all of the off-worlders, galactics, whatever name you give them, they're part of us and we're part of them. And with the ego out of the way, all these civilizations will realize that, and that time will come. The Adians, Syrians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Zeta Reticuli, Saturnians, Feline, Avians, Golden Pyramids, many, many, many of these civilizations throughout the universes. They have been assisting us from our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed slavery. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And they come in the billions. The off-world galactics come in the billions. All the light energy beings come into googleplexes. Visualize this assembly, this gathering. It's massive. It's unprecedented. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, and this now, and this meditation, this circle of light. And they come in the trillions. And just to name a few of them, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, gnomes, the dwarves, the trolls, the trees, The elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether. Mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. Now, all of us are one. Every single one of us. We are together. Our gods with their gods with ours. We are all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And all of us, we are all one. We are all the God. We are all the love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever, and it continues to intensify. And it continues to expand. We are all of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We all come together and we create this massive circle of light. And the light is so dense and so brilliant that there isn't a sun in existence that doesn't dim greatly in comparison. Now, as we move up from the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, as we do, all of us, picture it, so visualize it, throughout the universes, we are all ascending, moving up. As we levitate, all interconnected as one, we literally come into a complete gossamer field of spectacular multitude, trillions of colored reflections, like little squares of brilliant reflecting light. And it is just filled everywhere. And as we do this, we all realize that there are those that hold columns that remind us of our power, our true being. We have Archangel Raphael and the green flaming healing light. This column reminds us that we are the power of healing across all spectrums. We have the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our tremendous power, our strength, and our resolve. We have the white fire. This column reminds us of our armor. The armor is the highest of highest highs, vibrational frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. It bristles around us. Now, if we choose, we can lower our vibrational frequencies through anger, disgust, frustration, anxiety, hurriedness. And that armor fades. It fades enough where it allows lower dark matter frequencies and lower survival matter frequencies to seep in. Now, we are also reminded of the purple transmuting flame. Now, this flame reminds us, this column, that we can literally bring it in, and we can transmute all those lower vibrational frequencies into neutralized substance, and we can send them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. We also have the violet ray. This column reminds us that we can bring in this violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, And we can purify, cleanse, increase the vibrational frequency of the area we just got through transmuting. Henceforth, it will lift our vibrational frequency up in balance of the deep, eternal love and gratitude, thus restoring our white fire armor. We have the golden white pink light. This column reminds us of what we are. We are deep, eternal love and gratitude. We are bliss and joy. We are peace. We are tranquility and benevolence. We are gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. And we are all one. Now, as we do this, we realize that we've created this massive column. It's larger than the solar system. Now, this column, you cannot describe its colors because it's opaque, but it has trillions of brilliant different colors, just literally vibrating and reflecting. And at the top, we've designed it so that the golden ocean is pouring down like a waterfall 360 degrees from its crown. As it does this, it saturates everything, uplifts everything into the highest of the deepest eternal love and the highest of the deepest eternal gratitude. It does not stop, and it does not dissipate. It floods all of the planets in the solar system, well over 100. And beyond. Now, we look up and we see this massive sphere that we have all created over 2 years ago. Now, the sphere center circle, it sets in the center of all of us, spanning trillions of universes. And it holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Well over 800 meditations in perpetual motion. Every single day we harmonize and increase its intensity. It continues to intensify. It continues to expand. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We view this planet Earth, all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universe. And we can choose. And all of us, we choose the pendulum when it swings to positivity, love, joy, bliss, peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, and benevolence. We choose the pendulum when it swings in that direction. And by doing that, as we are all one, we lift not only this civilization, but all civilizations through all existence. Now that is spectacular. Feel it and visualize it. And we choose the pendulum swings, and it swings in the direction of deep eternal love and gratitude. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out.